Hi there, my name is Jamie Devine. Welcome to I Am Divinity.
Here at I Am Divinity, what we do is we help you unlock your inner power.
So that's what we're doing. Don told me his vision of raising humanity's consciousness to the level of 700 on the scale, enlightenment.
That's power.
Imagine how healthy our communities will be.
They're so pure and so powerful.
Whispers of the morning stars, love expanded, infinite, come to earth, a hero's journey, finding what has always been, finding what has always been. Finding what has
Welcome to I Am Divinity. Great to have you on the call. So, we have quite the topic today. And it just came about probably a month ago by now. And it's consciousness is the new currency. Now, I've been working with millionaires and billionaires. I did that for about 10 years. Yes, I met different ones after that, but the most was 10 years that I was working with those multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. Yeah. And it was a funny thing how much the topic was on money, currency, and the drive for currency. You ask yourself how much time you spend a day thinking about currency. How much is in your bank account? Do you have enough money for the bills? Am I going to do a savings account, or can I buy this car, or will I put that off and wait? And ask yourself how much time, effort, and energy you put in to money, currency. Yeah, you do that. Take yourself a second and do that. Oh, yeah, well, have we got enough money for groceries? You didn't put gas in the car. How am I going to pay for that now? It just goes on and on and on. It's on and on and on. Going on a trip, how much is that going to cost? We're going to do a renovation on the house. How much is that going to cost? And just nonstop. That is how much you are focused on currency, which has become your God. What do you think of that one? Okay? Because if money is the answer to everything, then would you agree that the money is the God for everything? Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. As I was working through this whole process, that consciousness currency. And in the consciousness chart, it starts at 10, 12, 15, 20, something like that. All the way up to 1,000. 1,000. What level are you at? What level are you at in the consciousness? Consciousness versus current. There you now have the name. Consciousness is the consciousness. Now, what's that look like? So, are we doing everything we can to get more money into our account, to raise our bank account level, like water, like a tide? How much time, much effort, much energy, how many conversations do you have a day with how many people about money? Well, I challenge you to come up with that number. I'll bet you it is a lot higher than you think because you're not consciously aware. You do not have the conscious awareness of how much time you spend on conversation of money, and whether it's you're talking about it or you're just holding the vibration of it. So, is currency your answer? Is currency the answer to all your problems? Asking you that question. I want you to come up with it's a simple yes or no. Okay? So if conscience is it, that's awesome. Currency, well, when was the last time in the currency realm that you were satisfied with the amount that you had? The amount that you had in your bank account, for the kids' education, for the car that needs to be fixed, for the house you're renovating. Yeah. So once again, I have worked with billionaires. I have worked with millionaires, multi-millionaires. Okay? I'll give you one example of one where, well, everyone that came to me, it wasn't working. Everyone that came to me, a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire, it wasn't working. The currency wasn't working for them. Okay? Now, I'm talking about consciousness being the new currency. Imagine you take the amount of time, amount of effort, amount of thought, all of that as to trusting that you're going to improve your financial well-being. Now, add that all up. Add that all up. Okay, yeah, like yesterday was a big day because, I had to go to the bank, had to find out which account, and I needed this for this, and I needed that for that. And, the car broke down, and kids need, they're going to college. Where am I going to get the money? It just blah, 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 blah. And that is your God, money. Is currency. Your God is currency. Even when you go to your church on Sunday or Saturday, whichever day it is. And how much are you thinking about money while you're in church? Including how much you're going to put in the basket. Yeah. Like seriously. So if you add that up, you did for a whole week. a day each day for that week, how much time I spent thinking about money, wondering where I was going to get it. How much do I need? What about all the problems that I need the money for? All of that. Add that all up in time. Put it in the category of time. Okay? Yeah, like I've been my head's just swimming, trying to find the solution to my daughter's going to university. Whatever. My son's in hockey or football. Where am I going to get the money for all of that? So, how much time do you put in on a daily basis to how much money you need? Okay? Got that? Now, how effective has that been? Again, I will come back to the millionaires, multi-millionaires, billionaires, multi-billionaires. Did them all. Did all four of those. Did all four of them. Okay? And there was very few that got to the level of just. What do you think? Huh? Have I got your attention yet? Have I got your attention yet? Got your attention. Elon Musk, something he was saying there today, and was talking about these storms that are coming. Well, tell me how much currency you need to protect yourself from the storms. Now, let's go another way. What if you knew how to raise your consciousness? What if you knew how to raise your consciousness? Okay? What I'm saying is consciousness is the new currency. Consciousness is that what I'm addicted to. Yeah, I'm addicted to being in the highest light. Call it addiction or whatever, but it's like, well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to raise my consciousness to the highest possible level. That's what I'm here for on the planet Earth. And when I say that's what I am referring to you as well. That's what I'm here for. Now, there was a time that, like, it's the constant scale of 0 to 1,000. Well, there was times that I was pretty damn low. Really, really, really low. And as a teenager and all of that, so insecure. Yeah, like all these symptoms. We were the second poorest community second poorest family in the community. Second poorest. There was only one more poor than us. Now, what kind of an indoctrination was that? Everybody, the whole school, everywhere, the whole community had more money, more currency than the Smiths. The Smiths on the corner. Yeah, we lived out in the country. How much time, effort, energy, focus, conversation do you have towards currency? Now, let's shift that. Let's shift that. Let's shift that. I want you to, oh, by the way, let me check something while we're on that topic. I want you to check 4 things for me. Just that answer, but for yourself. Okay? So, when you're thinking about all of that, how open is your heart? When you're thinking about the currency, how open is your heart chakra? What size is it? How vibrant? Especially when you don't have any in the account right now, or the groceries, or the car payment, or your daughter's school, or the motor job on the truck. Like, yeah. So tell me, what is it? Okay? What is that? Now, what is the level of consciousness? How fearful am I? Fearful. How afraid am I? I panic and anxious. Those earthly human things. Okay? So that's in the lower vibrations. If you look at the consciousness chart that my assistant will put up in a bit here, and the number: anxiety, panic, fearful, anxious, whatever. Okay? You go all the way up. The higher you go, the higher you go, the higher you go. Your consciousness, the more everything vibration, light gets brighter. That's the difference. Consciousness, the higher you raise your consciousness frequency with it, start finding ways and ideas and to find solutions. I'm in this state of energy, a state of beingness that is quite a bit different than the anxious and panic and not, the whole not good enough and non-deserving and all of those kind of things. The lower vibrations. Yes, the lower vibrations. So listen to these words. Consciousness is the new currency. So what we're talking about here, I am divinity, not raising our bank account. So I'll get Will to put up that chart, the consciousness chart, and you can see the numbers, and you can see the how it all looks, the colors and everything, no different. Okay, so there it is. There, once again, we did this a little while ago, not too long ago. Like the lowest one, and this is Dr. David Hawkins, and he's got a number of power versus force. And the lowest one is 20, and it's shame. Go across humiliation, miserable, despising, elimination. Okay. Well, that's the lowest. Or there is a couple of more, such as wanting to kill somebody. There's that craziness going on. Absolute craziness. They're more like a 5, not even a 10. That they would want to kill. They go up 10 more points to guilt, quite as heavy, and then apathy, defeat, grief 75, fear 100. Okay, and all the way up 700 to 1,000, which is ineffable. The word ineffable is a word that Dr. Hawkins created because there's no words in the English language to describe enlightenment. Created that word ineffable. Yes. So what we are here for, raise consciousness. Things start falling into place. to become harmonious, to become meaningful and optimistic. And it's that energy in your energy field that you attract what it is you're truly looking for. Because it's not money you're looking for, it's the inner peace and the quiet and the confidence. That's what you're truly looking for. But you got it all mixed up in these toxic, the lower end of the consciousness. Okay? So, what's this look like? That's what I'm saying. Oh, here is the consciousness. It's the boom. Now we're up to acceptance, reason, love, and peace, joy, and serenity. All of those. Yeah. Yeah, these strong emotional states. They're not panic and anxious. All of they're not. They're not. That's what I'm saying. Consciousness is the new. Okay? Consciousness. The lack of consciousness, lower it is, and that's where you get hard on yourself, to get into fights with your partner. You're constantly concerned and worried, and yeah, steal or whatever. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Oh, consciousness, map of consciousness. It's a new currency. We're here. The avatars that have showed up last little while is amazing. Jamie and Sam just got back from a close to a world tour, and the people that they interacted with, shift and transformation that's taken place. You know, Jamie's mom, Tina. We were coming to here, and which is Costa Rica. We were at the airport waiting for a flight, and I started on Tina. Started on her, picking on her about her level of. Finally, happened was I got her to, I'd say, somewhere around 250 or so, somewhere in that vicinity. She was, 175 175, and in a nanosecond, boom, she come up with this plan of this hotel. Yeah, like selling a hotel. Like, boom, there it is, right there. Now, how did that happen? Tell you, the consciousness brought her. And in that consciousness, the currency. Wow, you just have it backwards. So did all the billionaires and millionaires that I work with. Yeah. So the one that stands out the most, there's a couple. But I'll just call Tim for the lack of a better name. And he had like constant panic attack. Okay, and he had 5 addictions: alcohol, drugs, food, gambling, sex. Now, how come that was there? Here is a billionaire. Here's a billionaire. So if currency is the answer, how come he had them? How come he had those 5 addictions? How come he was in the middle of a messy divorce? How come he had panic attacks so bad that he hadn't flown his private jet for 6 months? How come? How come that the currency didn't work for him? Because it doesn't work. It is not currency that gives you what you're looking for. It's your consciousness. Am I making myself clear? What a perfect example with him. Perfect example. Guess what? Even though he had all these addictions for all this time, he was in the middle of a messy divorce, and his wife actually came with him to see me, which was miraculous to begin with. And they showed up, and that day, everything changed. You could tell instantly that his 5 addictions were. How crazy is that? How crazy is that when you think about people spending a year treatment facility, paying thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars for a whole year to get rid of their addictions. His were all gone. Now, 2 hours later, not only were they gone, all these other. I golf with him on a regular basis. Last time I golfed with him, 15 months after. Still trace of anyone. Yet, spent most of his time before he met me figuring out about money, where he's going to get it and how much and how that deal and whatever. Okay? And none of it was happening. Guess what? Right after he worked with me, I think it was 3 weeks or a month, somewhere in that vicinity, pulled off an $800 million. Amazing. Consciousness raised. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. What we're talking about here, I am divinity. That consciousness is our new currency. It is the new currency. That's where all your, including the financial. Yes, that's what we're here to do. And these avatars that are coming around us and living in this energy field, startlingly, amazingly awesome. And I encourage you to I encourage you to some thought. Consciousness, currency. Weigh this. The effort, how much effort it has taken to try to get finances, try to get the currency. And yet, I've done many people. Had one other billionaire. Listen to this as far as time and size. Time and size. There he is. A business meeting. And it was it was a lawsuit, and the lawsuit was for $2 billion. That's what the lawsuit that they were going after corporation. $1 billion. And they were about to sign it. There was a check authorized that morning to be written for $1.2 billion. Okay, that's what they finally come to an agreement on. They're about to sign it. The billionaire stood up and says, "I gotta go. I'll be right back." Now there's 40 people in the 40 for the suing, and 40 for 20 for suing and 20 to, and said, "I gotta go. I'll be right back." He said, "Where are you going?" "Gotta go. I'll be right back." He comes out of the meeting, calls me. Now, what I'm asking you to think about is, did currency solve that problem? Did currency solve that problem? The answer is no. Then, told me. Asked him what was going on. He told me. Said, "How much time do we have to change this?" Said, "I got to be back in the meeting." Okay. Which was going to, the reason why it was so difficult to make the decision was there was a 95% chance, 95% chance that it would bankrupt the company, that it would bankrupt. Okay? So that's why it was such a tense time. So he called me, told me, and I said, "Okay, you ready?" I went boom, raised his consciousness, shifted it from the whole program that he was running at that time, angst, and all of those kind of things, and everybody else in there as well, and walked back into the meeting. Says, "Not doing it that way, we're doing it this way." Now remember, the reason he was able to make that decision was how high he raised his consciousness with me in what turned out to be 6 minutes. Went, and to do that because he was open to me and did my process before. So it wasn't new to him. So that's why it was 6 minutes, not a couple of hours, even though he only had 8 minutes to begin with. So after the 6 minutes, boom, walk back into the meeting. Okay? Said, "We're not doing it that way. We're doing it this way." Now remember, we're talking about it now being consciousness, not currency. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So the currency piece was in all likelihood going to bankrupt this multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yeah. Actually, it would have. There was no if and ands and buts. It just taken place. Anyway, so here he goes. Did his thing, walked back in. Not doing it that way, we're doing it this way. And he was forceful about it. No one questioned it. He did what he was going to do. And that decision and that 6-minute phone call saved him $600 million. $600,000. Yeah. So it's that's the currency, consciousness. Conscious currency. What's going to be your most valuable focus? Okay? Which is it going to be? Because I'm telling you, that conscious chart, you raise your level of conscious on that chart, you find out how many problems, situation, different things like your children, like all the things that shift automatically by raising your consciousness, not your currency. You're using the currency to deal with a problem, but it's your consciousness that solve the problem, not the currency. That's what I'm saying. Oh, imagine from now on having your consciousness be at the highest level possible. Hold that vibration. That's where you spend most of your time. It's how to hold my vibration of consciousness to the highest possible level. Okay? And that chart has all the numbers. Give you a sense of, oh, okay, wow. Wow. Because, like, once again, I've worked with people and until they came to see me, they had all these physical symptoms. Well, there was one, he was a medical doctor. He was over in Africa or somewhere like that, and he was a well-known doctor in the world. He was in these war-torn countries, and he had multiple knee problems, ankle problems. He was like walking through this dark energy in these war-torn countries. And I ended up raising his consciousness. And I'm telling you that told me a couple of stories. I don't want they're just too effing innocent, serious. But he was carrying that low vibrational, all the visual images, murders, mass murders. I shifted, brought him up, high level of all that left. He was going for his third or fourth leg operation, hip operation, whatever it was. We're finished. Answered it. So, what do you want to have as a measurement? Consciousness? I know mine. I spend copious amount of time every single day. Every single day. My consciousness. Yep. Now, mind you, I'm up there pretty well, and the draw from the ego energy, if they're not good enough and non-deserving, and the fear of this and the fear of that and whatever's. Okay? That's the ego energy. That's the low vibration energy. And it doesn't change. It just keeps getting bigger and larger and gets you tied into the loop. Tied into that loop of thinking you're going to get an answer, and there isn't one. The ego does not know how to give you an answer. Only knows how to cripple you. Only knows how to cripple you. That's all it knows. Yeah. All it knows. Okay? That's it. It's all it knows. So your best bet is to be in your light. The higher you go in your light, higher your consciousness, the more right across the board, everything changes. Everything. The relationship with your spouse, the relationship with your children, your financial accounts. Now, sometimes I found that for me personally, like I've been, really studying studying and finding out all these pieces for me so that I can be a best vibration for you. And I found that figuring out how to raise my consciousness, that's what I was doing, trying to figure that one out. Yes. And what happened was, there's like all these blocks. No matter what I did, there was all these blocks. Then I finally out. Finally figured I was beating myself up because of these blocks that were happening. Like, where are they coming from? All of that. And that's the ego. That's the ego doing everything it can to stop us from being in our light. That's it. So once I figured that out, once I did that, it's like, no, ego. Not messing with me. No, I figured it out. What I was doing was being hard on myself because I still had this going on. When in actuality, it was the ego creating it to try to stop me from climbing this fine ladder. That's what. So that was a big piece. Big piece for Don Smith. Yeah. So, once again, the shortcut is to raise your consciousness. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what's going on in your life. Best possible thing you could do to raise your consciousness. Yeah. That's it. That's how it's done. And you'll be incredibly surprised. It happens every time I do work with a person or a group. Every single time. Every time. All of a sudden, this symptom leaves, this disease leaves, this money comes in, like whatever. Oh, coming back. Day. Consciousness is the new. Like the lady, her name, Janessa. She spent a whole year. One of the symptoms was she had a bulge. She had a bulge on her stomach wall, size of my fist. Okay, she had that on her stomach wall, and everybody was waiting for her to die. And she's only 32 or 33, like just young. And I went after her. Just boom, 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 boom. When we're finished, I said to Janessa, "Oh, Janessa, what you notice?" "Oh my God, it's gone." "What's gone, Janessa?" That knot that I had, that big knot the size of your fist, was there on my stomach wall." And she went like this, pulled it up and said, "Show, there, it's gone." Now, how did that happen? Please tell me how that happened. Did I have put my doctor clothes on and have an operation, cut it out? Yeah, no. Oh, got her to raise her consciousness. And whether that's raising consciousness over currency or raising consciousness over unhealthiness, okay, or whatever, raising your consciousness, and all of these issues will automatically be taken care of if you will let go of those programs that you're holding on to that's three-dimensional. That's three-dimensional. Yes, you're creating them. You are creating them. There's a way to uncreate them. I'm not saying that to blame you. I'm saying that for you to become, that it's you that's in charge. It's you that's in charge. Okay? So coming back to Janessa, once again, what happened was that bulge left. I didn't even know she had one. I didn't even know she had one. And yet, when we were finished with the process, it was 2 hours and 35 minutes, I believe it was. And she made that glaring, profound statement. Oh my God, Don, this bulge in my stomach wall is gone. And that lady had spent more time in the hospital in the last year than out. Going for this and going for that and going for the other thing. Spent 1 day next year. What's that? Okay? So, I know the topic was conscious versus currency, but it's consciousness versus health, unhealthiness. Consciousness being divinely love, divinely fine. Imagine you. That's what consciousness, high levels of. And whether it's a hockey player that I in the NHL that I work with, or a soccer player, and NBA work with, Shaquille O'Neal. Like it doesn't matter. They have these symptoms because they're at a low level of consciousness. You raise your consciousness. You raise your consciousness. Takes care of the currency, takes care of your drought, takes care of your problems with your children, takes care of your physical symptoms. Yeah, because you're creating them and having a low vibrational energy. That's what you're doing. You are in charge. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying you are that powerful. You are that powerful. Now, I've done that quite a few times, cancer or whatever, okay? And the symptoms are gone. Just like Janessa, like, imagine going from, all that time in the hospital, or all that time going to the doctor the last year, going for one. How'd that happen? Did I operate? No. No. It's the same answer. Yes, we have consciousness. Consciousness is the new current. But also, conscious to everything is. So, what do you want to do? Want to fight with yourself? Want to play small? You want to, close your heart? You want to continue holding on to your unworthiness, not good enough? Okay? You want to hold on to all those fears? You need to do is know that here, what we do here is shift you from the low vibrational energy that you are carrying that's creating all of your symptoms. I'm telling you, all of your symptoms. No, I'm not playing doctor. No, not playing doctor. Not doing that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you are the one in charge. You're the one that has the power. That's how this works. So when I said topic is consciousness Consciousness, consciousness is new health. Consciousness is the new healthy marriage. Consciousness is new getting along amazingly well with my children. Yeah, like on and on and on. Consciousness. Raise your consciousness and see what happens. Yeah. The right person comes along. You're terrified to get married. Now you're all different, and that symptom left, and this is gone. Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago, back to back day, 2 days. On a Wednesday, I was sent a picture and from my dear friend Daniela in Vancouver about this person that I had worked with about 5 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know, and that just died of cancer. 2 days later, get another call. One was a male and the other was a female. Both of them I had worked with a while ago, and they both died of cancer. Huh. How crazy is that? Now, seriously, you want to be healthy? You want to be rich? You want to be vibrant? You want to have zest for life? Well, that's what this is. That's what this is. I don't care what your problem is. I don't care what it is. Raising your consciousness will solve it. Raising your consciousness will solve it. I'm strongly suggesting that instead of focusing on the negative situation that you are in, is to make a decision about getting into your highest level of consciousness. That can be done 2 hours. 2 hours. Imagine that. Imagine that. So here, once again, here's people going from one end of the coast to the other to spend a whole year in a treatment facility for addictions. And Tim got his done in less than a half an hour, actually. Less than a half an hour, they were all gone. How different is that? Whole year. Whole year. It's like, boom, there we are, gone. So I encourage you to look us up. Know that those programs, those mantras, those, do all these exercises. I encourage you to find out about the I Am Divinity. Look it up. See how you can clear up all of these problems, all of these situations in your life, financial, relationship, children, health, whatevers, are all because you have a low vibration of consciousness. You raise that level of consciousness and they will automatically dissolve. I don't have a doctor's degree, but they will be all gone. Now, some of them will be right there on the spot, like Janessa. Some of them might be a week or a month. Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks for Al with his prostate cancer. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah, 16 months. 32 radiation treatments. Burned all the stomach, wall, and intestines. Spent 15 minutes with him. 15 minutes with him. All gone. So you decide. You decide. Here's your opportunity, because if you're hearing this, that's your divinity trying to get you, trying to get your attention. Do something different than you're doing right now. Conscious is the new currency. Conscious is the new health. Conscious is the new parenting. Conscious is the new everything that's out of alignment. You have yourself an amazing, amazing day. And I really trust that I have given you some really thought-provoking ideas. And now all that's left for you now is to take positive, direct action and reach out to us immediately before the ego gets you to change your mind. Have yourself a